Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today we're doing another locomotive review. This one being the little LMS 3F Jinty, which is a very prototypical tank engine which we've all seen and like the look of. But first of all, let's get all the boring stuff out of the way. I do have to mention this was actually a pre-owned model, so I don't actually have the original product code on here. But this is the product code to, actually I think this is the product code for this one, but I had to find it myself. So it's the LMS Jinty in LMS Black, as you can see. Running number is 7524 and the product code is 372-210. And yeah, like I said, it's pre-owned, so I haven't quite got all the bits. Inside you normally have the, the guarantee and back and Collectors Club leaflet, but I don't have that. I didn't even have the exploded diagram information sheet, but I did manage to get it off Backman. So yes, this is what you normally get. It has 4 screws to remove if you want to put the DCC decoder. It does need a 90-degree angle decoder. Running in, as usual, hour or half hour each way. It runs best on second radius, but it can run on first radius. That's on about bottle removal, DCCing, lubrication, basically oil up all the moving bits, which you can see on the outside, and also the exploded diagram here, which is actually quite useful for me to have because I have actually built one of these before for a replacement of my E2 chassis. But yeah, let's have a quick, before we have a quick look at it, let's see how much it weighs. It is a very heavy model because it's actually got a metal body, which is very strange for Engage. It weighs 40 grams exactly, so that's nearly, for the size of engine, it's nearly twice the weight of a Mark 1 coach. So yes, very impressive. Like I said, it's definitely, you can definitely feel it is metal. Because first of all, it's cold. Well, it's warming up a bit now because of my hands, but it is cold to the touch if it's been laying around for a little bit, and you can feel that weight. So I'm quite impressed with that. This will really make more tank engines like this with a big chunk of weight. So yes, I'm very happy with that. But yes, let's look at the detail. First of all, the actually it has NEN couplings either end, has brake rodding on, well, say brake rodding, a simulation of the brake rodding and stuff, all that on the bottom. I'll just bring it a bit closer because it is just a tank engine. Basically, detail on the bottom it's sparse, but you don't really look underneath the bottom of it, really. So nothing really in that point. It is all in black because it's a freight locomotive. Well, I say freight, it's a shunting locomotive, but I think they have been used on some passenger services before. The tampo printing is very nicely done. I think on the back here is the builder's plate, however in Engage it's very, very small, so just bring it a bit closer. Just on the back here underneath the number, it looks like the builder's plate, but it's very difficult to see. Has got glazed windows back and front, and the back ones have the usual striped pattern for a grille. The coal is in there and it looks alright. I think the whistle and the safety valves are separately fitted, and they probably are metal since the rest of it's all metal. It does have riveting where you'd expect it. Very fine pipes here. You can actually see underneath the boiler. Very just about, but it is a side tank engine, so you can't really see all that much, but there is a little bit of a gap, so that's all that nice. So the printing is very nicely picked out. Yellow on top of red lining printing here, and also just white on the front. There's another plate there, also rivets on the front of the buffer, and also the running number on the front there. I've already talked about the glazing. Inside there's not really much you can see in there. It's just the decoder, and you have to put it somewhere, so yeah, no one's going to look in there, but you can see all the way through, daylight all the way through. So yeah, as I say, it's nicely tucked out the way, so it's not going to be that much of a problem. And on the back you got the lamp irons and stuff like that, and you have got lamp irons in front. Yeah. Other than being a bit dusty because I haven't used it all that much, yeah, it seems all that for nice. Like I say, it will have pickups on all 6 wheels, so that's going to be nice. Yeah, it's just a very nice tank engine, and if you think of tank engine, other than Thomas, you would think of something looking rather much like this. So yeah, let's get it onto the turntable so you can have a closer look at it, and I'll tell you a bit more about the prototype when we can get to see it running. So I'll see you in a bit. The London Midland and Scottish Railway Fowler 3F is a class of steam locomotive, often known as Jinties. They represent the ultimate development of the Midland Railway's 6 coupled tank engines. The design of this class was based on the rebuild by Henry Fowler of the Midland Railway 2441 class introduced in 1899 by Samuel Wade Johnson. These rebuilds featured a bell-head firebox and improved cab. 422 Jinties were built between 1924 and 1931. This class was just one of the Midland designs used for the ongoing basis by the LMS. The locomotives were built by Railworks and the final firms Bangles, Beerbox, Hunter, North British and Revolver Foundry. On the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939, they were initially chosen as a standard shunting locomotive for the War Department, but later the more modern Hunzert Austerity 060 saddle tank was chosen in preference. Nevertheless, 8 were dispatched to France before its fall in 1940, and only 5 returned in 1948. 2 were converted to the 5-foot 3-inch Irish broad gauge in 1944 and 1945 for use on the Northern Counties Committee lines in Northern Ireland, becoming the NCC Class Y, and numbered 18 and 19. A total of 412 thus entered British Railway stock in 1948, rising to 417 by the end of the year. Thanks to their large numbers, renowned performance and late withdrawals, 9 of these engines have been preserved, along with a spare set of frames and a boiler. Many were restored within a few years of leaving the scrap heap, and most have a further working life ahead of them. All have steamed in preservation with the exception of 47445. Right, here we are with the LMS Jinty now on my Gosport layout, and yeah, I have got it all plugged in and wired in, and also I've got my test rake ready. Also, just to mention that mine is DCC fitted, so if you buy one which isn't DCC fitted and all that lot, it will run slightly more differently, but hopefully not all that much differently. So yeah, let's make sure I don't get too stuck on a tree. So let's see how well this runs. So this should be forward. Now Packman are the only ones that do a 90-degree decoder that I know of. So using the only decoder which can fit in it, and I think that's as slow as it can go before just going off. And to be fair, that's not really all that bad. I know some engines can get slower, but that's good enough for me. You can probably change the CV settings in the decoder to make it run a lot more smoother and slower, but I'm not going to bother doing any of that. So let's see how well it runs. Oop. You sort that bit out. Let's give it a nice decent speed. And there it goes, behind the corner. Hopefully it won't get stuck on any stray foliage, like most of my locos do. And it's pretty much a very quiet runner. Now the only sound which is coming off it is just the wheels on the track. Let's put it to a stop. Right. That was quite nice, wasn't it? So let's get you on the outside line and get the coasters ready. Now, the Jinty was 40 grams. Near on exactly, basically. I think it was exactly. But yes, each one of these Mark 1 coasters is 25 grams each, roughly. So 2 of these is slightly more heavier than the Jinty. So we can say this is 4 to 5 times the Jinty's weight. Or something like that. Anyway, let's get it all coupled up. And that seemed like a good connection. That is a 40 gram loco pulling 5 times its own weight. And it has a slight slowdown on the incline. Very slight incline, that is. But it has not stopped it. So I think this is probably the most the Jinty can take behind it, which is about 200 grams. Once more round, a bit faster this time. Now, the important question is, how much does a Jinty cost? Well, I think I got mine about 80 odd quid, which is a reasonable price for a newer Jinty. However, if you're getting one nowadays, don't be surprised if you get one roughly about £100. So I'll bring you to a stop. So yeah, you might be still able to get one for about 80 odd pound, 89. But yeah, like I said, don't be surprised if you get one coming up at £100. So yes. But for a loco of this size, with that much pulling power, well, we all know what it's down to. It's down to the fact that it's quite heavy due to that metal body. So yes, I'm quite impressed with this little loco, and I'm very happy to have a more tank engines, really. Always need more. Anyway, let me know what you think about this loco, and yeah, feel free to message me in the comments. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed this loco, and yeah, hope to see you again next time. So, like I said, if you liked the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Anyway, I'm going to send the Jinty off on its way. Still not get... Yep, there we go. And I'll see you again next time. Take care now.